Hello everyone and welcome back to the Log Burners Lounge. So today we are back in the Woodland and we are processing this lovely ash. Today I want to show you how well the Uniforest does, the performance, how much you can do in a day, real life working situation is what I want to call it. So sit back, relax and watch his work. So mid-morning, just had a coffee. I drink black coffee throughout the day where I can because I'm on that diet that I mentioned before. Great to not be drinking fizzy pop all the time. I tell you what, nothing clears your throat better than fizzy pop when it's a dusty day. But quick update. So we've done 21 bags of ungraded timber. When I say ungraded, it's all processed, somewhat friendly, but there is quite a bit of small stuff. So we've blasted through that. And yeah, we're starting to get there now. We have got in total 129 bags there, and we got 99 on the other side, which is bugging me, so I'm just going to chuck one over there to make it 100. but we're not doing too bad today. DA Pack dropped us some bags last week and the last minute thing, because we are getting through it pretty quick. So essentially by next week-ish, I'm hoping to have about 500 bags down here. Maybe slightly the week after, because I know we've got a few bits on next week. But it's all ash. It's blimmin' lovely stuff. Again, it's the June 2023 fell. So it's been sat in the stack for a very long time. Still debating what to do with the mixed softwood. It's a mix of larch and Douglas. We have put it out there to see if anyone wants to buy it. Trouble is, because of how long it's been sat there and the quantity that there is, full art ticks are coming out about 21 tonne. So I wouldn't say it's a loss. It's very good for whoever's buying it, because you know they're getting the volume at a good rate. But we'll see how that goes. I'm still thinking about processing some ourselves. Not 100% sure what to do there yet, but I'm going to crack on. You saw this morning I had to clear a bit of a log pile around the floor that obviously Jake left. He must have got a bit busy before he could leave. Just a few ends. So I like to keep my workspace as clear as possible. It's a bit claustrophobic for me at the minute. So I've got the GoPro set up. And I'm just going to quickly get rid of that pile of bigger stuff. Now, because it's ungraded, sometimes it's a bit quicker, so they keep swapping between the 12-way and the 6-way head. I've never been a big fan of the 8-way head. I don't really use that. You get more like flat slabs from it, so I'm not a big fan of it. But instead of swapping over, what we do is just have it so the top two are too big, and we literally just flick them off. But these logs are absolutely beautiful. Hoping to finish around 3-ish, half 3, because we've got a few bits to do this evening, a bit of maintenance work to do in the yard. Obviously with it staying lighter later now, I try and get as much utilised at this time of year. As soon as winter comes, that's it, it's dark and you got your floodlights on, and it's just not as nice. When it's warm like today and you can crack on with stuff, you're best to crack on with it now rather than a miserable day. I'm hoping it's unusually warm this time of year, and I thought last month was a bit of the same. Cold in the morning, warm in the afternoon. I'm hoping these April showers hold off and that will give us a massive kickstart, but you never know with British weather. So I'll see you all in a bit.
Hello everyone, I was speaking to you from the editing room. So my apologies that I didn't set the camera up in the right place. I promise I will get better at this. So we are currently in the splitting chamber of the processor. So we've left the lid open. We do bypass the safety feature for this, but we lock the saw off so the saw can't come down. And we are literally using it as just a splitter. So anything that's slightly oversized that we've chucked out is being put through. It is a lot quicker and more efficient to do it this way if you have to constantly keep changing your heads if it's not graded, as mentioned before. However, a lot of this stuff is from Jake as well, so we thought we'd have a quick tidy up, get it all ready. And what you're seeing here, or what you're trying to see here, you will see better later on in the video where Deck is operating as a splitter.
back. So we did a really good day, really happy with it. We got something like, I think 48 bags done, but we did have a good clear up at the end, packed away obviously everything, cleaned up all around it. It was all like off-cut pieces, things that wouldn't go in a premium bag of wood. Like this motors and noise. I didn't ever realise he's got music on. I've got my new camera mount, so that sorts that. So yeah, we cleared up, got rid of all the what I call ugly logs, get them into the pile, split a few rings that were there, logged up a few pieces that were neither here nor there, but it was in the stack. Just basic tidying up really, ready for Jake tomorrow. But realistically, for 48 bags, even if you got 40 done, 40 bags in a day on ungraded timber, just as it comes, go on. We had to swap the wedge a few times, not too often. We were putting a lot of stuff back through, so I'm pretty happy with that. That works out, what does that work out, about 20 cube ish? Well, if it's 48 it'd be a bit more than that, 24 cube. We have had a lot better days, don't get me wrong. The travel from the ride down is getting a bit longer, so we think about moving the machine up there. Just it's about the setup. We've looked at timber trailers and stuff like that, but for how long we've got left on it and going to be using it for, we might look at the next clear fell, but it's not worth it. You're basically going to be paying for a timber trailer with your profits, and you just go a tiny bit slower, that's it. It's really handy having the generator. Again, it's a lot better to run your machine off a generator. I have got to change the blade. The blade's starting to get a bit worn now. You can tell when it's cutting. There is a trick you can do with your blade. You can add a bit of, I use diesel, but you can use solvent, you can use whatever, and you loosen up all the built up sawdust around your teeth, and then you get a little scraper. I usually use a Stanley knife, edge of a Stanley knife, just clear it out, and you find it will cut a lot better. But for the sake of it, I've got a spare blade. I always have a spare blade. I'll put that on and send the other one off to be sharpened. It's lasted a year, maybe a tiny bit more than a year, before it needs a sharpen. And you got to think we've done a lot of processing with that. We do clean our wood a bit when we're going through. We've not really had bad timber. We had a few bits off the bottom of the stack at one time, but even then it wasn't that bad, I would say. It could have been a lot worse. So value for money, the blades I think about 900 quid plus that, or around, maybe including that, I can't remember, it's been that long. And sharpening, what, if I said £100, I think I've been generous with that. So you imagine how many chains you'll get for it, how many chains you'll have to sharpen. Don't get me wrong, there is a application for both processes, a chain one and a bladed one, but me personally, I think bladed is faster. It doesn't handle bendy, twisty stuff as well. You can't trap the blade dead easy, but once you get a technique and that, you can kind of like control the speed the blade comes down with. And it's just about getting to know your machine or the machines you're using, really. But that is that for today. I'm going to do a live feed on Sunday. I did a test one yesterday, so that would have been Tuesday. I did a test one, see how it went, and do you know what? We had quite a bit of interaction. I think I've worked it out how you do it. I've worked out how you can see chats now, so at points I couldn't even see people commenting or chatting. I don't even know what you call it. I couldn't even see if anyone watching, so what I had to do is I had to get the iPad out, put it on the iPad and have a look. So there's methods to the madness, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how you guys got on with the week, seeing what you're all up to, and taking it from there. Tomorrow's just a day at the yard, getting a few bits sorted out, getting things ready. That's what a lot of this time of year is. The yard is almost clear. I'm so excited to actually start putting things in there now, building things. There's so much we want to do with it, same as the other compound, but we have cleared so much stuff out, things that you wouldn't even believe are there. Like we had bikes. I haven't ridden a bike for years. I think that we found them in one of the trailers that we purchased a while back, but it's just things like that. You wouldn't believe it. You just find all sorts of things I've been looking for as well. We found all sorts, but no, really looking forward to doing that. I'm looking forward to having a load of you down. I'm also looking forward to seeing you all at the Firewood day, whoever's going, the open day. I've had a few people asking if I'm going. I've said, yeah, I'm going down. So if you're there, say hello. I'd love to meet you. But yeah, on that note, I think that concludes this video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I really do appreciate you having you here. And if there's anything you want to see, anything you want to ask, just drop a comment below and I'll try and answer to the best of my ability. Or if there's something you want to ask but you didn't want to ask it in the comments, you can always drop us a message on Facebook or Instagram. The Log Burners Lounge, dead easy to find. Me and or Archie will pick it up. So till then, I'll see you soon.